Hi, everyone. Welcome back to God's Whispers, a place where we take the time to pause and reflect on the word of the Lord. Today, I'm going to be speaking from the Book of Wisdom, chapter 9, verses 13 through 18. The question really begins with, who can really know the mind of God? Who can fully grasp his ways? Let's listen. Who can know God's counsel, or who can conceive what the Lord intends? For the deliberations of mortals are timid, and unsure are our plans. For the corporeal body burdens the soul, and the earthen shelter weighs down the mind that has many concerns. And scarce do we guess the things on earth, and what is within our grasp we find with difficulty. But when things are in heaven, who can search them out? Or who ever knew your counsel, except you had given wisdom and sent your Holy Spirit from on high? And thus were the paths of those on earth made straight. The Book of Wisdom was written around the 1st century BC, most likely in Egypt. Jewish people living there were surrounded by Greek philosophy and culture, which really valued human reason and logic. The author, drawing on King Solomon's legacy, makes a bold claim. Human wisdom alone cannot grasp God's plan. Only the Spirit of God reveals the truth. Our world often celebrates intelligence, achievement, and self-sufficiency. But this passage humbles us and states, if left to ourselves, we can't even order our lives rightly. It's God's Spirit who leads us to wisdom, clarity, and peace. So think about your life right now. How often do you feel confused, unsure of what decision to make, or overwhelmed by the weight of the world? This passage is a reminder. You don't need to have it all figured out. God's Spirit is with you, guiding you, giving light to your path. The question is, will we stop long enough to ask Him and hear Him? Wisdom isn't not about knowing it all. It's about knowing where to turn, and that turn should always be towards God. So journal prompts that would match with this passage would be, where in my life do I feel uncertain, confused, or overwhelmed? And how do I usually try to figure things out on my own instead of inviting God's Spirit in? And then finally, what would it look like for me to just pause and seek God's wisdom before making any grand decisions this week? I hope this message resonated with you. And if you feel like a friend could use some encouragement, please feel free to pass it along. And don't forget to subscribe so you can continue to hear God's Whispers.